What's going on, guys? Welcome to No Echo, and today we are talking about, will Ubisoft ever change? Stay tuned. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. This video, for the most part, is going to be my opinion, and the rest of it will be, facts I find about Ubisoft and the games that they've developed and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's going to be, my opinion. My opinion on Ubisoft is that they have a solid fan base with certain games that they develop. Whether it be Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, Ghost Recon, Rainbow Six. Who else? Who else do they have? Watch Dogs. And to me, apart from the other games that they develop, that like For Honor, which are kind of individual games, which they which every now and again they come up with a game that's quite interesting. Another example of that is Skull and Bones, which is coming out next year. It seems to me that they specifically want to constantly churn out these sequels to fan favorite games to generate money, but not. It seems to me that they are okay for the most part in just generating average games. If you look at the Assassin's Creed alone, the last great Assassin's Creed game was Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Assassin's Creed Odyssey was okay. Assassin's Creed Origins was okay. Assassin's Creed Syndicate was poor. Unity was poor. Assassin's Creed 3 was kind of below average. So the reality is that they seem to me to be okay with just churning out average sequels to games, because they know that the hardcore fan base of that game will eventually end up buying the game. So that's where the question for the title of this video comes in. Will Ubisoft ever change that format? Same thing with Far Cry. The last great Far Cry game was Far Cry 3. And since then they brought out Far Cry 5, Far Cry Primal, Far Cry 4, all kind of average, if not some below average. Will Ubisoft ever change their format, their way of creating and developing games? Will they ever come away from just constantly churning out sequels? Will they try to, if you look at as an example of another company that does develop sequels, Rockstar, right? Rockstar it's funny because when Red Dead Redemption 2 came out, or it was before it came out, I feel like, especially me, everybody knew that game was going to be top notch. It was going to be the best game that year, one of the best games that year. They knew it because the thing about Rockstar is that they take their time when it comes to developing their games, especially their fan favorite games. And I can also say the same for Bethesda for the most part. They did fuck up a little bit with Fallout 76, but I feel like they took the engine from Fallout 3 and they tried to get, in my opinion, they tried to get the fans to just go, oh shit, another Fallout game, let's just buy it, and then it ended up being a piece of shit. And I think Bethesda thought that they could get away with it, if I'm being honest with you. But enough about Bethesda for a second, though. But if you look at the Elder Scrolls games, they take their time with it. But Ubisoft have a completely different take on things. Do they take the time with stuff? No, not really. They seem to, they went through that phase of pumping out Assassin's Creed games every single year. It's a bit of a mess, to be honest with you. And now they got another game coming out on the 4th of October, which is Ghost Recon Breakpoint. And it's a sequel to Wildlands. Not necessarily a sequel in terms of story, just sequel in terms of it's another Ghost Recon game. But Ghost Recon has been going for a while. But in terms of, the reason why I say it's a sequel to Wildlands is because the style is the same. It's an open world, third-person shooter. And, in terms of the beta's already had problems from glitches to just fundamental errors in terms of gameplay. it's already kind of gotten some backlash, and you know, is it another game from Ubisoft, just like Watch Dogs 2, just like Assassin's Creed Syndicate, just like I don't know what you think, just like The Division? Is it going to be another Ubisoft game that is churned out but forgotten over a 2-year, even a year period? Do Ubisoft care that it's going to be forgotten, or is it just a sense of it's a fan favorite, we're going to get some money for it, but let's just churn it out just to generate something? You know, how much? I mean, again, I don't know. Maybe some of you guys can tell me how much of a resemblance does this game have. If some of you played the beta, how much of a resemblance does this game have from Wildlands? You know, is it kind of a copy? One thing I was worried about with Assassin's Creed Odyssey was that it looked exactly the same as Origins, except for the fact that they added a dialogue option system where you could make different choices and stuff like that. But for the most part, it looked exactly the same. And it's one of the reasons why I didn't buy that game, Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Look, you know, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. You know, do you guys feel like Ubisoft is being lazy? Do you guys feel the Ubisoft will ever change in terms of the way they do things and the way they develop their games, their popular franchises? Do you think Ubisoft will eventually just kind of fall by the wayside and eventually become a company that isn't really, you know, trusted anymore? Do you trust Ubisoft in general? Do you trust them? Is it a problem that they seem to not have an issue with just pumping out these numerous games without any quality check at all? Let me know what you guys think. This has been the No Echo Show, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.